If you want to survive a night city, you will need the right tool for the job. The question is, which weapons might CDPR draw upon from Cyberpunk 2020 to take care of business in Cyberpunk 2077? Speculating upon which weapons will appear in Cyberpunk 2077 is still conjecture at this point. One must remember that the weapons once considered cool in Cyberpunk 2020 and the early 90s may be relics in comparison to the exotic and iconic armamentorium available to players in RPG and FPS games of today. A paradigm shift has occurred over the past 20 years in tandem with players' experiences and expectations. In addition, what may have worked in Cyberpunk 2020 may not translate well into a video game's mechanics. A prime example is the DUD chip, which added vocalization commands to a solo's gun. If a solo had their weapon confiscated or knocked out of their hand, it could still be fired at the enemy through verbal commands. Such mechanics would be difficult to implement meaningfully in Cyberpunk 2077. I strongly suspect weapons are an area where CDPR and Mike Pondsmith will completely overhaul and modernize for Cyberpunk 2077. If you did not know already, Mike Pondsmith is somewhat of a firearm and weapon connoisseur and has amassed quite a collection at the Pondsmith abode. Mike Pondsmith once explained he likes using guns because it is important to know how they feel when figuring out combat mechanics for his games. This meant the assortment of weapons available in Cyberpunk 2020 were somewhat more realistic than those from contemporary games, covering melee, handguns, SMGs, assault rifles, crossbows, sniper rifles, and katanas.
Wait a minute, this is the future. Where are all the phaser guns?
Indeed, there are more exotic weapons in Cyberpunk 2020, particularly Borg weapons, but nothing overly excessive. In my experience, the top 10 interesting weapons that may be referenced in Cyberpunk 2077 are as follows. The Malorian Arms Silver Gun. Quiet and deadly, this personal defense weapon is for close-range fighting. It is effective as a shotgun, but no louder than an electric toothbrush. The Silver Gun uses a squeeze-cocking action to activate the 4-inch flywheel. When triggered, the wheel presses against a polyceramic block, creating a multitude of sharp 4cm fragments traveling well in excess of 1,200 feet per second. It can also be concealed as part of a cyberarm accessory, similar to Mantis Blades. Malorian Arms 3516, the most powerful personal handgun on the market. Iran Malor developed this radical new design to the personal specifications of Johnny Silverhand. Johnny explained he wanted something that would drop a Cyber Psycho fan at 100 paces, no matter how much cyberware they had. Price was no object, and Iran delivered. Rheinmetall EMG-85 Kinetic Energy Railgun, considered to be the ultimate weapon in the war on cyberpsychosis, delivering a nickel ferrous slug at hypersonic velocity to a target almost 2 kilometers away. It can neutralize almost anyone with a single hit. The Nelspot Wombat Air Pistol may be a simple paintball gun, but its ammunition can be modified to fire acid, drugs, and poison. The Kendachi Dragon, a handheld flamer that can resolve most close combat situations, particularly useful if you enjoy the smell of burnt bacon. Remington Gyro Sniper Rifle, a development of the gyro rocket system initially proposed by Hughes and Militech. The Remington Gyro Sniper fires a rocket-propelled gyro-stabilized shell. Through the use of advanced sensor technology, the shell homes in on the weapon's laser designator. The incredible stopping power and long range of the gyro has earned it the nickname Zeus Lightning. Militech AM3 Antimatter Rifle. This 30mm rifle uses rocket-boosted depleted uranium shells to smash combat Borgs, power armor, and light vehicles. Certain weapons required a full-body cyborg conversion to use, such as the Arasaka Pocket Tsunami Grenade Launcher. It is a revolver-style grenade launcher, which acts as a devastating primary support weapon. The Magnum Opus Hellbringer .666 Magnum Revolver, a deadly double-action revolver. This weapon only holds 3 rounds in its solid titanium steel cylinder, but each round is a killer. The entire handgun is composed of steel and ultra-strong hybrid alloys. While the Hellbringer has no sophisticated electronics, most owners usually modify it with a laser sight. Last but not least, there is the Kendachi M33 Power Sword, for those who like it up close and personal. The Power Sword would vibrate its molecular crystal blade 2000 times per minute. Combined with a microscopically serrated edge, this weapon literally chews its way through anything it encounters. While there are some weapons of interest, as you can see there is plenty of scope for CDPR to expand upon weapon content. When I saw the Cyberpunk 2077 demo at Gamescom 2018, for example, there was a katana which used magnetic fields to deflect incoming bullets. In the released gameplay demo, there were at least 9 available weapons, such as the Feathered Arms Vindicator or Kang Tao KK68, which draw inspiration from Cyberpunk 2020 but are essentially unique to Cyberpunk 2077.